and welcome to iReadit, bringing you your weekly dose of the internet for Sunday, October 7th, 2018. I am Michael Schwan.
And I am Julie.
So, is that back to a pun, or is that also a reference to something?
That's a reference to something.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a Jet Li movie?
No.
Is it his wife?
No.
Is it... I have no idea.
It's from Avatar, The Last Airbender, The Legend of Korra.
Okay.
Season 2, there is a man, I forget his name. There is a man who has an assistant, and her name is Julie. And so whenever he needs anything, he goes, Julie, do the thing.
Okay. I was honestly curious to see just how far the designation of the character's appearance was going to be. Like Avatar: The Last Airbender, Legend of Korra, Season 2, Episode 5, timestamp 14:17 in English, 14:13 in Japanese.
Why would I do it in Japanese? Avatar: The Last Airbender is an American-made show.
I have no idea, dude. It was meant to be a joke. God, screw
you. Are
you
you saying that because it looks like anime? Because that's racist.
It's all anime. It's all cartoons. I don't give a shit.
It's only anime
where it
if
came
it
from.
comes from Japan.
No. Wrong.
Yeah.
No.
That's why manga from Korea isn't called manga.
What is it called?
Manhwa.
Okay, so what's French anime called?
L'animation.
I think you're being racist now. Shit, what's the name of that show? French anime.
Code Lyoko.
No, is that French?
I think it is, actually.
That's really good.
It wasn't that great.
Okay,
a lot of people really hyped that show, but the design was really stupid.
What the
Can't stand those stupid ass, dumbass fucking heads.
Come on. Yeah. I found that's the name of the character. What fucking show is he from? Hang on.
Where is this from? France. Country of origin, France. Original language is French. French should not be allowed to do any other cartoons.
Come on, what's the name of this show?
They had a prequel
Dofus.
season.
That's the name of the show. If you haven't watched it, by the way, go watch Dofus. That is an incredible movie. It's French anime, and it's awesome. Dofus. Go watch Dofus.
These fucking seasons. So season 1 of Code Lyoko aired September 8th, 2003, and it last aired September 25th, 2004 for 26 episodes. Season 2 was August 31st, 2005 to February 8th, 2006. And then they had a prequel season for 2 episodes, and it was October 21st, 2006. And then there is season 3 for 13 episodes, September 9th, 2006 to November 8th, 2006. And then season 4 for 30 episodes, August 13th, 2007 to November 10th, 2007.
Anyway, back to what I was saying. Just go watch Dofus. But yeah, I enjoyed Code Lyoko, but it also came out at, you said 2003. I was 11. I was watching things like Cartoon Network.
I couldn't stand it because, like, their entire face was centered on the bottom half of their fucking face. So, like,
dang it, now I have to look.
Like, 30 goddamn foot foreheads, and it was stupid looking.
Oh, yeah, I totally know what you're talking about. Uh-huh. You're not wrong. They are 80% forehead.
It's so dumb.
All of them 80% forehead.
It's really bad. I mean, I really dislike the art.
There's an entire meme about their forehead.
It does not surprise me. Their foreheads are fucking gross.
Oh, I need to actually be in my Facebook account. I'm about to start commenting in the Facebook chat on Jennifer's. I don't think she'd mind too much, but at the same time.
That's great. Oh, I am tired. Oh my god. I didn't even get coffee. I was like, should I get up and get coffee, or should I elect for like 15 minutes more sleep? And I was like, I'll elect for like 20 minutes more sleep.
Where the fuck is the video? Because I'm going to drop this little meme of their forehead. Anyway. Yeah, I could have went for some more sleep.
I'm probably going to go back to sleep after this because I had D&D in 2. And
Come on, Facebook. Stupid. Fuck. I give up. Fuck it. All right. Anyway, is there anything else, or should we just move on to news? You want bullshit some more?
I don't know. I can't really think of much.
I mean,
my brain is really fried. I'm fucking tired.
How's your 1 to 9 p.m. work shifts going? Are you got a ghost coming after you?
I think I heard something, and then I looked over, and there was no one there.
Like I said, you got a ghost coming after you?
Apparently.
As Nathan in question, he's turning his head, just like staring off blankly into the darkness, like, oh, oh.
That's how my shifts have been, motherfucker.
That's how they've been?
Everyone is like a horror movie because it's like close to 9.
What
happens is I'm in the court. Some lady comes in freaking out saying she needs a restraining order. Then some fucking Michael Myers looking ass motherfucker comes in. And I'm just like, no, you ain't playing some horror movie bullshit here. You need to fucking fill out this paperwork and leave. And so they put their knife down because they're like, oh, fuck it, whatever. And then they fill out this paperwork and they hand it back to me. And then I make a copy of it for them. I hand it back to them. And then as soon as those horror ass looking motherfuckers leave, I just put that shit in the shredder.
Nathan's just like, hell no. You get the fuck up out of this shit.
Jason wants a request to modify. Fuck out of here.
No.
No, you're not going to be allowed back in Camp Crystal Lake.
Absolutely fucking not.
Never once.
In fact, get away from me. Go on, get.
Shoot.
So I'm going to say one of the things that I cared about at the start of the show right now, just because I already have 2 things at the end of the show that I want to talk about. And this one is less of discussion and more of just awesome sauce stuff.
Oh, I looked at the things, and that is not going to be mine for today, but that was a good attempt.
It was a solid try, sir. God.
Everyone likes Andre the Giant.
English is really
and if you don't like
difficult.
Andre the Giant, you need to get the fuck out.
Yeah, leave. How could you not like Andre the Giant?
You have a stick so far up your ass
that it's just gone. It's disappeared.
It's disappeared because of your hatred for Andre the Giant. Like, you can't hate Andre the Giant.
Such a good guy. Anyway, the thing that I wanted to just tout real quick, a little piece of family brag, piece of proud father moment is that Jennifer, damn it. It's early. Bianca, on Friday, she was at Champ Taekwondo testing.
Oh, what a champ.
Yep, you got it. Testing. She started at 3 o'clock. Her test started at 6 and did not get done until 10:30. Then she had to be back there at 9 a.m. the next morning and did not get to leave until 6:30.
Damn, that's like a full day's work.
Yep, and that day and a half of work she was testing for her black belt, and she has passed. So she is now an internationally recognized black belt by the Taekwondo Association out of Korea.
No, she kicks so many people's asses.
No, she's still 8 and 50 pounds. She ain't.
Did you know in Korea, if you're in high school, you can take Taekwondo and get a massive amount of PE credits?
That's cool.
Like Taekwondo is like one of their biggest things because it's from there. So they're like, you can take it in high school, get a mass amount of PE credits. You can take it in college and major in it.
Yeah. Well, and like one of the problems that I've had with Champ for a long time is that they don't have, at least because a large amount of their success as a company come from the idea that they are an after-school program, because schools get out now at like 2:30 and we don't get out of work till 5. So there has to be someone to watch the kid from 2:30 to 5. And Champ is one of the people in town, but they're one of the only ones that offer the service of coming to pick up the children. And that is a major difference. Because there's
Big
there's
plus.
there's even free options in town, but they can't or won't pick up the kids, and it's like that doesn't help me if I have to leave work every day for an hour to go get my kid and bring them to you and go back to work.
Yeah,
And
definitely is
so,
a big plus.
but when they are in their pre-black belt belts, so white, yellow, green, purple, well, purple, green, blue, brown, etc.
Rainbows,
Yeah, rainbows. They
because black is in the rainbow.
they're smush the rainbow together and you get black, Nathan. Anyway,
Actually, if you smush the rainbow together, you get white.
only because it's light.
Well, that doesn't make me any less right.
If you put, oh god, if you put the rainbow on a piece of paper and smush it together, it'll make black.
Wow. Yeah, but black's not a color, anyways.
It's a hue.
It's an absence of color.
Whatever. That's why I said it's a hue.
It depends on if you're talking about art or if you're talking about science.
Yeah, fuck the colors, Nathan.
There's like a shade or a hue or some
there's
shit.
like
I don't know,
19
it's the
different
same
forms
thing.
of primary
The shades and
colors.
hues are like the same thing.
Anyway, and I was always pretty critical of Champ, not to them because I appreciate them; they're good people. But when it comes,
Yeah. I mean, I'll shit talk them, but not to their face.
yeah,
'cause they're good
absolutely,
people.
absolutely, and they are good people. Like they are extremely nice people. But I'd always criticize them because I did Taekwondo when I was in junior high into high school. And I went to an extremely serious dojan, and like where they were like, "Oh, you haven't learned your form yet, and you need to test in a week. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you every time you make a mistake until you get it right, because you will get it right because you don't want me to hit you with this stick."
Oh man, I love growing up that way.
It worked so well, but I mean, I was extremely good, at least from what I remember.
You might
And
be tooting your own horn.
I might be. I have no idea anymore, and my memory sucks. Anyway, so beyond that, uh, but with that said, I was always very critical of them because they're very gentle. I guess they're very forgiving. They're very open. They're very willing to let you move forward, even if you have not achieved a level of skill that at least I personally view necessary to move to the next belt.
So what you're saying is you were raised a hard ass.
Yeah, exactly. And
Okay.
but when we were at the black belt ceremony, through the test and everything, the master of the dojo, Master Yu, was talking about how he views the belts, and it made me feel a lot better about all of it, because he views the journey from white belt to black belt not as the ultimate journey, the ultimate travel. Instead, he considers the journey from white belt to black belt like elementary school. Like basically you're guaranteed, unless you are the absolute worst person on the planet, to make it through elementary school. And it's also required to make it through elementary school. And the only things you learn in
I have
elementary
to get a black belt in order to get through elementary school.
Yes, absolutely.
Fuck, I need to go back to elementary school.
You uneducated fuck.
Wait, no, that's all right. I have a black belt in origami.
Woo! Anyway, and so he described it as like, this is literally just to teach you the basics. All of this is just to teach you the basic fundamentals and foundations. You should not be the best when you hit black belt. Instead, you should have learned everything you need to now become someone who is actually good at this. So he described the journey from white to black belt as elementary school, first, second, and third degree black belts like junior high, of where, okay, it's no longer just, okay, this is how you add, this is how you subtract, this is how you multiply, this is how you read. It's like, you already know how to do these things. Now we're going to start applying them and making sure that you understand them and get good at them. And then afterwards, after third degree, it's like, it's not a game anymore. You're out of junior high. It's high school now. You
You're
either
a deadly weapon with your body.
you either do it right or you get out.
I would just leave. At that point, I know how to kill people with my hands.
You really don't.
I mean, technically, I do know how to kill a person with my hands. I just don't think I'm able to because I don't think I have enough torque.
I mean, you can squeeze your hands together on someone's throat, yeah?
I mean, yeah, but I was thinking more of snapping their neck. I don't think I can produce enough torque.
That's really difficult. Like, people always talk about, like, one, movies make it look really easy, and two, like, you'll see, like,
my theory with the movie stuff, right, is that those people are usually in a life or death battle, so their adrenaline is pumping anyways.
Sure.
And If I know anything about adrenaline, you can do almost fucking anything with if you have enough of it coursing through your goddamn body. Some dude got crushed by a fucking boulder, and like only one of his legs was like out of the boulder, but he managed to lift that shit off of him with 2 broken arms and broken leg because of the adrenaline.
Yep. Adrenaline's a powerful thing. But realistically, like I love seeing the big videos of the chiropractors adjusting your neck, and people are like, "Oh man, you just Steven Seagal'd that motherfucker. He did. He killed him." That takes about 5 pounds of torque pressure to do what chiropractors do. In order to snap your neck, you know, like you see in movies, it takes 300 pounds of torque pressure.
And I mean, you shouldn't be moving it like that when you try to snap their neck. You have to try and like lift up into the side.
Yeah, because all you're trying to do is sever the spinal cord.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
so you dig. All right.
You're not even guaranteeing that you kill them.
Don't fucking do it. But you dig your fucking fingers underneath their jaw to get a good leverage, and you put one hand on their head, and you just kind of. But I mean,
lift and
again,
turn.
You have to have a lot of torque, and they have to not move when you try and lift their fucking head.
Yeah, the idea is that you are lifting and twisting the spinal column so that it'll split both the spinal column and the spinal cord. Mm-hmm. And if they're not dead, they will be permanently paralyzed from the neck down. So either way, your target is
neutralized.
Is done. Is outsos.
Yep.
Problem solved.
And that means we get more players for Murder Ball, because apparently that thing's dying.
What?
Murder Ball. Remember I told you about it, where the people sit in their wheelchairs and they try and knock each other over while playing their awkward form of soccer.
No, instead I was thinking of something of like a game that is only played in hell. Like, oh man, you didn't get killed good enough. You got to kill each other to make yourself even more deaded.
It's like the soccer style basketball kind of game that the ancient Aztecs played with human heads.
Yeah.
It's exactly like that.
All right. Anyway, let's actually do news now that we're almost 20 minutes into this.
Okay.
10.
The head of Interpol disappears while visiting China.
This was submitted by Throwaway 173181 to Our World News.
The motherfucker dead.
I mean, he might have just disappeared.
He dead.
I don't know, man.
He left France to go back to China on September 25th because he is the head of the Chinese branch of the international police agency Interpol, and he
It's a good band.
They don't know where he went.
I mean, Fan Bing Bing finally popped up, so maybe they just spirited him away for a few.
Yeah, maybe. Wonder how many fingers he has left.
2, 3.
In any case, so he was he's supposed to serve his term as head of Chinese Interpol until 2020.
I think he got fired early.
Well, and that's the thing is, at least when you're doing an analysis of the of what he has done so far as chief of Interpol, it doesn't seem as though he's done anything that would upset China. So unless there's something that we don't know about,
he probably is. I mean, why
he's trying
else?
to undermine the entire Chinese government.
Unless he became super fucking unlucky and ended up getting kidnapped by some fucking random people and not the government for some reason. In which case, the fucking Chinese government's like, shit, we didn't kidnap this one.
What do we do? Could you imagine trying to blackmail the Chinese government? Like, we got your head of Interpol, we'll kill them. We have 2 billion more people to replace him with. Fuck that guy.
Go for it.
Don't give a shit. He served China well.
Yeah, it's almost like America.
Yeah.
We don't negotiate with terrorists.
Except we do. Just we try to negotiate with them on our terms.
Yeah, it's a little different.
9.
Facebook faces potential $1.63 billion fine in Europe over data breach.
This is submitted by the Swede Irishman to Our World News.
So this is both a piece of news and a piece of PSA. If you've probably already seen it, heard about it, but Facebook apparently had a data breach that lost the information of 50 million user accounts.
Welp.
Yay! Anyway,
I'm sure that's good.
With that said, so just
positive.
As a quick announcement, if you get an invite a friend, a friend request from someone you think you're already friends with. A very likely scenario is that they are one of the accounts that was stolen. And with that, someone created a duplicate of their account. And then they are trying to add you as a friend to get information from your account so that then they can either just collect a bunch of data off of your account or because they want to just like send you ads through private messenger and stuff. So if you get random friend requests from people you think you're already friends with, yeah.
I have a friend who got a new phone number, and all of her friends were texting and messaging her old phone number.
Cool.
Some creepy guy had her old phone number.
Oh, no.
So he was really loving all of the pictures of girls he was getting, stuff like that. And she confronted him. She was like, yo, you need to fucking knock it off because this is not all right. And he was like, yeah, no, how about no? And he created a fake Facebook account with her information so that he can get people to fucking friend that account so that he can get more of their fucking pictures like a creepy fucking chode.
That's... No.
Isn't that fucking weird?
That makes me uncomfortable.
That's why you keep your fucking goddamn phone numbers.
Like, that's not okay.
Yeah.
But
another thing, Matt couldn't pay his phone bill earlier, like 3 or 4 months ago. And so he got his phone shut off. Somebody else got his phone number, and my landlord texted us all in a group text. And I still have Matt saved in the phone as that phone number. So when that person responded, I thought it was Matt, and it was perfect because it sounded exactly like the way Matt would type.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So I was like, Matt, what are you fucking doing? Of course you know who that is. That's our landlord, you son of a bitch. And he's like, no, are you stupid? And I'm like, yes, that's not the point.
Well, what ended up happening with Friend Boy that was copying Friend? Like, that's illegal in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I think
just,
she reported him, but I don't know.
Okay, it's like, just call the police.
Yeah, I don't know about the final outcome of that.
Well,
I just saw a little bit of Facebook drama pop up.
Well, on the outcome here, with that 50 million user data breach, there is a chance that Facebook could be facing a fine of $1.63 billion if it is found that they violated a new privacy law in Ireland.
I mean, shit, they just fucking pay that 1.3 billion, and then they're fucking continuing on.
No, realistically, what they do is they get fined the 1.63 billion. They keep it. They appeal it ad nauseum for 5 years, and then they finally reach a settlement with the agency to pay them $100 million instead, and then they move on with their life.
And then everything is fine. Everything is K.
Yep, because that's how things normally work.
Unfortunately, because illegal punishment by fines is just legal for the rich.
Yup. 8. Hopkins researchers recommend reclassifying psilocybin, the drug in magic mushrooms, from Schedule 1 to Schedule 4.
This is submitted by Einar Porcatel to our news.
What are your initial thoughts, sir?
I think this is great. Do it. Magic mushrooms don't actually hurt you unless you're in a not safe scenario. Only do magic mushrooms when you are feeling very comfortable.
Well, psilocybin, the substance in magic mushrooms, has been found to have some medical benefits. And on top of that, it has little to no potential for abuse or dependence. In fact, the people that enjoy magic mushrooms normally only do them maybe once or twice a year. It is not a very common thing for people to do over and over and over and over again.
Pansies.
Weak.
Do it once every fucking weekend for the rest of your life.
No.
Then you'd be one weird fucking dude.
Probably. Now, that said, even if it does get moved from Schedule 1 to Schedule 4, where it does have recognized medical benefits, this is not something that you are going to find in a dispensary, through a prescription, anything like that. Instead, it will be a substance that is used under very specific circumstances that will be administered by a professional that has training with that substance. So kind of think of like
we're gonna move in on this legalized mushroom stuff, man.
well, in this case, they're going to be treating it kind of like an anesthesiologist, where there is this specific person whose entire job it is to administer anesthesia to people, or in this case, magic mushrooms.
Oh my god. I want to be the fucking guy that just runs around in a hospital giving people magic mushrooms. Hey, I heard you're sad. Here, have some psilocybin. What's that? You have fucking PTSD? I have some mushrooms for that.
Just running around with a fucking like pot on your back that just has them like growing out of it. Like, I got some for you too.
I am a shroom dealer, dealing you with magic in the form of mushrooms.
That was a stretch.
Magic in the form of caps.
Sure, that one's better. At least it has the same number of syllables.
There you go.
But yeah, so we'll see. A part of me is just like, especially because it is found to be able to like help people that are suffering from both pain and mental problems and stuff like that. And like, you know, you got a doctor and they'll be like, all right, well, we finally solved the opioid epidemic, so I'm no longer able to give you Vicodin or Oxycontin, but you know what I am able to give you now? I got some fucking mushrooms for you.
That being said, guys, remember, mushrooms are grown on cow shit. Mushrooms taste like shit.
Because over time, we are slowly making all of the drugs that were illegal legal, and all of the pushed money hoarding asshole drugs.
Yo, you want to go to the legalized heroin convention?
I don't think that one will ever be legal. Like,
I'll drink to that.
Like heroin, crack, meth.
No, there's a show called the Eric Andre Show, and I'm not sure if it's the stupidest show I've ever seen or the most brilliant show I've ever seen. It's very hard to determine. But there's one bit where he's dressed up in like a rave outfit, and he's got like the nipples on his shirt cut out, and he's running around with a bottle of ranch dressing that he's drinking. And he goes up to people and he's like, yo, have you seen the legalized heroin convention? And he's like dancing even though there's no music.
Oh no.
Yeah. And then they say something mean to him, and he goes, haha, I'll drink to that. And he starts chugging the fucking ranch.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's also where we got Hannibal Buress. Like, Hannibal Buress on the Eric Andre show is complete genius. But that's just Hannibal Buress.
But isn't cocaine already not Schedule 1? Isn't cocaine Schedule 2?
Yeah, it's Schedule 2.
So, I mean,
which means it's more, cocaine is more safe than marijuana and magic mushrooms.
I mean, we're going to work on marijuana and magic mushrooms. Cocaine's already not Schedule 1. The only things that are
well, I mean, you still want to drop cocaine. Let's be real.
You what?
Let's drop the booger sugar a little bit lower.
Move it down to 3, 4, or maybe just remove.
I wouldn't say 4. I don't think there's any like health benefits.
No, and there's also a massive potential for abuse and dependence on cocaine.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But you know, this magic mushroom thing's great. Yeah. I feel like it should be pushed.
Nathan's like, legalize all that shit. Just not the truly dangerous stuff like heroin, crack, meth, like that.
No, you legalize that as well. Remove the stigma of people having abuse for it, and then set up houses and everything, specific centers, so that people can go and do their drugs there safely with safe needles, so that they're not dying from overdoses and stuff like that. And then keep them there until they're done being high, and then just send them on their way.
So just embrace drug culture.
Each time they come back, you reduce it and reduce it and reduce it until they lose the dependency.
Not a bad idea.
But no, then we'd pay money for fucking drug addicts, and people can't change. Well, if people can't change, then we shouldn't have Kavanaugh as our fucking Supreme Court justice right now. But whatever.
You know, whatever.
Spoilers.
7.
No. Carlsberg glues beer cans together, becoming one of the first breweries to abandon plastic rings.
This is submitted by Bureau Kavanaugh to Our World News.
Damn.
What? I like beer, all right?
Well, in this case,
I like beer.
If you were like Nathan and I and grew up watching the same depressing commercials of like animals being choked and murdered by the little plastic.
Yo, that's not even what got me to start doing that. You know what got me to start doing that?
What's that?
The episode of The Simpsons where Lisa made it her mission to clean up all that shit, and she started doing really well, and then Monty Burns ruined it all.
Well, you know, Burns.
Yeah, it was a pretty sick burn.
Damn.
It's a pun.
In any case, they're basically just hot gluing them together.
Smithers, bring me my breastplate stretcher.
Oh, God. I just had a horrible sneeze of death. Anyway, so basically they just found a different way to make hot glue function better for this purpose of being able to hold them together without breaking through transport, but easy enough to pull and twist the cans away from each other.
Which is real important because of the condensation.
Mm-hmm. So, power to you. They are not keeping this to themselves. They have already said that they will gladly share what they have found and how it works with anyone else that is looking at moving away from the plastic rings.
That's pretty cool. I feel like a lot of other can companies should start adopting this, seeing as how fucking plastic rings are one of the goddamn worst things.
It also is going to not only save them a ton of money, but also reduce the amount of plastic they use in general by a massive amount, 1,200 tons a year, which is equivalent to 60 million plastic bags.
That right there should show all of these other fucking companies that own can-based products that shit's awesome.
As soon as you mention to them, it saves us money and it still works just as well. I imagine all of the other can companies will be like, "Yep, fuck yeah."
Let's do, unless this fucking can company goddamn patents the idea.
No, they already said they'll share it with anyone who wants to adopt it.
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
Okay.
6.
United States not invited to Canada's upcoming trade meeting. Only like-minded nations allowed.
This is submitted by Tank Trap to Our World News. Wow, that's like Canadians. That's like the Canadian way of saying "fuck you."
That's about as Canadian as it gets.
Yeah, sorry, but only like-minded nations allowed.
So later this month, Canada is going to be hosting the senior ministers from 13 like-minded countries for a 2-day discussion about ways
what countries are those?
I don't know.
I'll look for it.
Okay, I was like, I know that U.S. and China isn't in it. Anyway, and they're going to be looking for ways to reform the World Trade Organization to better encourage, diversify, and improve trade across the world. But with the massive amounts of criticism from President of the United States, Donald Trump, about the World Trade Organization trade agreements like NAFTA, the Trans-Pacific Partnership, etc., they're like, you know what? You're clearly not going to be helpful in this discussion, so we're just not going to invite you.
So Canada is inviting Australia, Brazil, Chile, the European Union, Japan, Kenya, South Korea, Mexico, New Zealand, Norway, Singapore, and Switzerland.
All right. Seems good.
It's pretty sick. That's a lot of... Is Norway not in the European Union?
I have no idea.
Huh. Weird.
5.
Amazon raises minimum wage to $15 for all United States employees.
This is submitted by New Nemo to Our News.
And this isn't one of those slow rollout plans to where they're like, all right, you make $8 now, we're going to move you to $9 in January. By 2019, we'll move it to $11.15. By 2020, we're going to put it up to $14. And then by 2025, we'll get up to $15. No, November, everyone's being moved to $15.
That's cool. Kind of.
Kind of. Like, so, and here's the problem with America.
With Amazon, really.
Not just Amazon, with America.
But, like, Amazon's a big offender.
Like, this is really awesome. A lot of people have been pushing across the board for people to get paid $15 an hour as a basic rate because the price of living is immense. However, the problem here is there's two problems. First one is with Amazon itself, and that is that Amazon's hourly workers are going to be losing their monthly bonuses and stock awards as minimum wage increases.
This is submitted by Ooh to Our News.
So, and basically, because they're going to be paying them more, they're not going to be giving them bonuses or giving them stock awards. Now, when it comes to like stocks, you know, you can be like, oh, that's kind of sucks, especially because Amazon stock keeps doing better. However, if you're looking at, do I want stocks or do I need actual money to eat with? There's a weird balance that you have to achieve there. But the other problem is, is that with the way that America is currently built and functioning, $15 an hour takes the vast majority of these people out of welfare brackets. And when you are receiving $400 a month in food stamps and you're receiving, you know, assistance for daycare, you know, and daycare is like minimum $1,000 a month. And so they lose like $1,400 in benefits when they get out of that welfare, which now it's like, okay, well, you're making $600 a month more now. So we're going to take $1,400 in benefits away from you, which results in a net loss of $800 a month for these people. And this is not Amazon's fault. This is just America's fault. But it means that while some people will see a benefit from this, there are some people that will see an immense detriment because of this. And I know there's the people out there like, yeah, you shouldn't be relying on welfare. It's like, yeah, but that shit shouldn't be so expensive and people should be able to afford it naturally anyway.
You should also pay us a normal fucking wage.
And like, while you can make an argument that $15 per hour is a normal wage, it's still been found out that it's not. Like
it's actually a little low.
It is. Like, realistically, a normal livable wage on average in America is closer to around $20 an hour. Because of the cost.
I used to work off $7.75. I can't believe that shit.
Yeah, right. And the problem is like nobody wants to pay anyone $20 an hour because, well, people are greedy, and there's 8 people in the world that have as much money as the lowest 4 billion people. Don't worry, though. That fucking mother buying food with food stamps, she's the reason that our country is going under.
Yo, I don't understand how people can be so dumb. There is so much hate and so much negativity for poor people, even coming from poor people, because we're being brainwashed constantly by rich people.
Yep. So while this is awesome, this is a major step forward. Good job, Amazon. You're trying to improve your workers, improve your outlook, especially because you have just been shit on by the public opinion for the last couple of years.
I mean, kind of deservedly so.
Oh, yeah, definitely deservedly so, considering your CEO is an absolute fucking prick-ass twat and is the richest man in the world.
Recently.
Oh?
Do you want to see?
Sure.
It's still in its bag at the moment, but I'll take them out.
What is it?
I got a 30-foot Appa plushie. Or not 30-foot, 30-inch Appa plushie.
I was like 30 foot? What?
Yeah, yeah, he's 30 feet. That way I can ride him and be all like, yip, yip.
That's amazing.
He's huge. That's an absolute unit right there.
Oh, man. Super
He's
thick.
a unit.
He's scritching his little chin.
All right. Be gone with you, Appa. Yip, yip.
In any case, so Amazon is also hoping that they can push to raise the federal minimum wage, that other companies will follow pursuit after them. The only problem is that while this is a good step, it does not solve the problem. But at the very least, thank you for making some effort, Amazon.
Even though you're still kind of dicking people out of shit.
Yeah, you're still shitty, but
there's like, well, all right, let's be real. Jeff Bezos is incredibly fucking rich. There's no goddamn reason to do this.
He's the richest man in the world.
Yeah, there's no fucking reason to do this. Jeff Bezos just needs to take a small pay cut.
Dude also looks like fucking Lex Luthor.
He can take a small pay cut and still pay for diamonds out his fucking ass. Like, stop being such a goddamn prick. I couldn't think of anything better.
See, the weird part is that people like Jeff Bezos, people like Bill Gates, the vast majority of their wealth is based, it's not money in hand, it's not money in pocket, it's not money in the bank. It is based on their net worth that is based off of mostly shares in their own company. Because Amazon is worth so much and Jeff Bezos owns so many shares is why, and it continues to be worth more, is why his wealth keeps going up. He does receive payouts from those shares, which is why he also just has a lot of money on hand. He doesn't have $150 billion in his pocket, though. But
Let's be real, he probably does have $150 in his pocket.
150 billion.
Okay. So let's be real.
He probably has it's all illegal smut money, but he has it.
He's got it on an offshore account somewhere.
Probably.
We actually do have billionaires, it's just they're hidden billionaires in offshore accounts.
Yeah, it's true.
4,
Girl 8 pulls a 1,500-year-old sword from a lake in Sweden.
As submitted by Sixth Sheik to our news.
Good job,
Or
8.
our world news.
I'm just going to call her 8 from now on.
Dude, no, don't call her 8 because her name is so much better than that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. All right.
Would you like to say
forget
it
her
for
last
me?
name? Give me a second. I'm pulling up her last name, but her first name is Saga.
Saga Venicek?
And do you know what Saga means?
In Sweden? Swedish?
Saga,
No.
by definition, is a long story of heroic achievement.
Sure. This is just the first step of her story?
Yes, she dive into a lake, goddamn pulled a 1,500-year-old sword. That being said, it is not an appropriate form of choosing a hierarchy. Like, she should not be named the Queen of Sweden.
Whatever. She is queen. She has Excalibur.
No, like, it comes from the lady in the lake. You're not the lady in the lake. You're getting it from the lady in the lake.
Maybe. So does that make her the lady in the lake?
I guess she's the lady in the lake.
All right.
Except she was like, nah, fuck it. I'm going to be the goddamn Queen of England this time.
Actually, no. She gave the sword to a museum.
Well, I mean, it did belong in a museum.
I know that quote. That's Indiana Jones. I'm not seeing
Yeah.
those movies either, though.
Congratulations.
I could have been an absolute.
All right, so here's a hot take. I used to really dislike the Indiana Jones movies.
Yeah.
Right. I just didn't enjoy them. Now, I'd say like the first 2, maybe 3 were all right. That 4th one's real hot garbage.
Is that the one with Elijah? What?
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf. Thank you.
Yeah, actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf. Yeah, and it was not good. Aliens, like, no, pass. Everything's so steeped in realism, and now it's fucking aliens, even though it's not quite steeped in realism because Kali Ma, but whatever. But that's sick though. She found this like super old sword, and it was like really well preserved,
Indeed.
even though it was at the bottom of the fucking lake.
They the museum in the local area also went in and started investigating the lake, and they have also found a brooch from the 3rd century.
Now, if it's from 1,500 years ago, then yeah, it's still probably steel because in the northern countries still had steel. Steel was actually more widespread way before then.
Don't know, but it's neat though.
You had steel in 300 BC, but not in like the Greek nations or anything.
3,
The rise of Netflix competitors has pushed consumers back toward piracy.
This is submitted by Adam Cannon to Our Technology.
Adam
Yeah, dude.
Cannon.
Yo, I found out something crazy about piracy.
What's that?
So I used to, I still do. I frequent this website called Kiss Anime, and you can go there and find like whatever fuck anime you want. It's really vast, but they're constantly being taken down. So you'll have to actually Google Kiss Anime and find which .domain it is. But I found out the other day as I was trying to watch a cartoon, like not an animation like anime, but an actual cartoon, that they have Kiss Cartoon. And then I found out when I tried to watch a horror movie that they have Kiss Asian, where it's all Asian, TV shows. So there's like a Kiss network for pretty much fucking anything. So you can find and stream like almost anything you want based off of the Kiss network.
The iReadit podcast does not condone, encourage, or promote piracy. This is
I-
purely for
I'm-
this is
I'm
purely for
not a
for
pirate.
documentation and news purposes.
I purchase all of my media and movies and games.
Yeah,
That's why I'm so poor, because I purchase all of the things that I watch.
good job. You're a great example to society.
A wink.
A wink, allegedly. You allegedly purchase everything.
I mean, I've got receipts. Just don't look at them.
Perfect. Beautiful.
Actually, what was that?
I have no idea.
Oh, that was a canceled order for Call of Duty Black Ops 4. That's not even mine.
Oh, that's good because that game is trash.
I don't know. Blackout was actually kind of fun.
No,
It was not a bad battle royale game.
you're not a bad battle royale game.
That is absolutely false. I am atrocious. You can't even look down iron sights without paying for money.
That's hilarious. Oh my
Paying
god.
for it.
Anyway, so with services like Game of Thrones for HBO, House of Cards for Netflix, Handmaid's Tale for Hulu, Jack Ryan for Amazon, etc., with so many good exclusive content being provided on so many different streaming services, when piracy had been kind of dying, like it had been going away because services like Hulu and Netflix were able to provide not only a large catalog of older shows that we wanted to go back and watch, but also were providing new content for us to watch at a cheap and effective option. But
And
as
in Hulu's case, like sometimes it was free.
yeah. But as one, those services have continued to make themselves more expensive, and two, as there continues to be more of them, it is no longer a cheaper option. Like it used to be, like, yeah, I don't have I don't have cable. I just pay my $8 a month to Netflix, and that's my cable. But now it's like, well, if I want to watch these things, I need to be paying $10 to Netflix, $12 to Hulu. I need to be paying $10 to HBO. I need to be, and that now.
No. If you are one person and you're paying for 3 or 4 services, you're fucking doing it wrong.
Yeah, realistically, you should.
You buy the access to one service, you find 2 or 3 friends, and you're just like, hey, I've got a Hulu account. If I give you my Hulu information, can I get your Netflix information? If I give you my Hulu information, can I get your Amazon Prime information? As long as I don't pay or buy anything. And if your good friends are good enough, you get them. For instance, I only have Hulu. I have access to Hulu, Netflix, Crunchyroll, Amazon Prime. I feel like there's another one. I have access to Funimation.
I have Crunchyroll and Prime.
I have access to HBO Network. I have access to the History Channel, but that's more of a free service.
But anyway, so with all of those different services, they're now seeing that people are choosing to not pay for any of them and just pirate everything again.
Yeah, we pirates again, boys.
Yar!
Yar. It feels good to be back on the seas.
Of the internet?
Yes. The .com.
Banksy's Girl with Balloon shreds itself after being sold for over £1 million at the Sotheby's in London.
This is submitted by This Is Not Your Captain to our picks.
Now, there are a few people that are claiming this is a PR stunt, but most people are like, nope, this is just Banksy being Banksy. He painted the very famous Girl with a Red Balloon back in 2015? It was a while ago. Anyway, and it quickly became one of his most famous paintings, especially in London. And so he decided that he would sell it. He put it in this big, beautiful, special frame and was there at Sotheby's while it was being auctioned. And once the hammer hit that said it'd be sold for £1.4 million, he hit a button and it shredded it.
I love it. Fucking Banksy.
You want to know what's even better, though?
It got like twice the... It rose in price by like twice the fucking number.
2 to 3 times the value now.
Yeah. Because Banksy being Banksy.
The question also stands is, the hammer dropped, and which confirmed it to be sold for that much money. Does the buyer still have to pay for it? And they're still trying to figure out if that works. The painting's all there.
I mean, you just have to put it back together.
Yeah, that's all. Oh, Banksy, we love you.
I think he's definitely the best. We have a Banksy-esque person, or we had one. I haven't seen their tags in a long time. We had a guy up here called Mino. and then people found out his actual like name and everything. And because of this is how bad racism is. All right.
Okay.
We had a guy up here protesting called Meno, Meno, by posting or putting up postal stickers with shit drawn on them, right? Well, he did an article in the newspaper and people found out he was Mexican, so everyone started calling him Beano.
No.
Yeah. And now he's no longer doing what he was doing.
Yeah, I believe it. People suck.
1.
Yeah.
Trump boards Air Force One with toilet paper stuck to his shoe.
This is submitted by Too Shifty for You. So I read a bunch of the comments earlier on this one, and it makes me really sad that I didn't come up with it first, but apparently it is very common for shit to be stuck to toilet paper.
Damn.
He's turning Air Force number 1 to Air Force number 2.
Now, there is a chance that it is a napkin instead of toilet paper. Who cares?
I think that's just trying to save face. Also, that's your Secret Service noticing it and not fucking saying anything.
Who's gonna tell him? Do you want to tell him?
I mean, any normal, sane president can handle being told that they have TP on their shoe.
Right. So who's gonna tell him, Nathan? You gonna tell him?
Absolutely. I'd be like, hey, you got some TP on your shoe. And he'd be like, no, now listen, that right there, down there on my shoe, that is by far the greatest thing that has come to this country.
Toilet paper.
The Democrats are going to try and tell you that it's toilet paper, but you know what? I will tell you the truth. The truth is that it was a napkin because I was eating steak that day. Delicious, delicious steak with ketchup on it.
I am now looking.
Made well done.
Who invented toilet paper?
Some kids who decided that it would look great across some people's fucking houses.
Modern commercially available toilet paper was invented in the United States in 1857 and was available. It wasn't actually fully available until 1920s.
That's awesome. Oh man, everyone's been there when they've run out of toilet paper, right?
But
What
they
do you use for toilet paper when you run out?
the first time that there was documentation of using a form of paper to wipe your arse was 6th century AD in early medieval China.
That's cool. You get some baby wipes.
There you go.
It's pretty good.
A bidet.
When I was a kid, if we ran out of toilet paper, we would use coffee filters.
Nice.
No, coffee filters are rough.
Did it still have coffee on it?
No, and I would never want to make coffee with those filters.
We use paper towels.
It'd be some pretty shitty coffee.
Yeah, god damn it.
I had a friend use the cardboard of the toilet paper roll,
No.
and he tried to flush it, and it got stuck.
No.
Oh, that was a good day. His dad was so pissed.
No.
It was pretty funny.
It makes me think of the Reddit story about the poop knife.
The poop knife. Oh my god,
If-
Reddit, you're so gross. But the poop knife.
If anyone wants to know, just Google Reddit poop knife, because I'm not telling the story.
Oh, come on, man.
No. Someone else could look up the story about the poop knife.
Yo, it's all right.
Hey.
Oh shit!
Good button right now. Listener submission. Tornado touches down in Ottawa and surrounding areas.
This is submitted by OTT2K6 to our iReadit cast.
Yeah, Canada got hit with
Tornadoes.
with a tornado.
Damn, Canada.
Canada?
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, they're Canadian, though, so they're already, like, super helpful to one another and just working on, like, sorting through the rubble and find out what can be kept, and then they're going to start rebuilding each other's homes because Canada is awesome.
Yeah, they're real nice people. They're just like, hey, why don't you put a shrimp on the Barbie?
Is that Canada? Pretty sure.
Really disappointed that you actually had to ask if that was Canada. No, that's Australia. But
Okay.
yeah, it's definitely Canada.
It is Canada?
No, it's not Canada,
Is that
but it definitely
Australia?
is Canada.
No, stop it. That's Australia, right?
Yes.
Hell is wrong with you? Don't be doing that to me this early in the morning.
Oh God. Oh man, that's great. Oh yeah. What size was the tornado?
EF3.
Damn, that's pretty good.
So winds as high as 265 kilometers an hour,
That's pretty fast. That's some good wreckage.
which for our American peeps is 164.6 miles per hour.
Oh man. So my friend Brendan was reading a newspaper article, and it was from Ottawa, but he didn't recognize the name Ottawa and how to pronounce it, so he thought it was Japanese, and he thought it was Ottawa.
Nice. That's awesome.
So I was laughing. I was laughing so hard. Ottawa. Which, I don't know. I can understand it could be Japanese, especially with places like Okinawa.
Sure. Okay.
So I can understand his confusion. It was just really hilarious.
But yeah. Real quick side note, because you asked the size and it was an F3 and stuff like that.
Yeah, I asked the size.
A wink. Anyway, it irritates me when Hollywood removes the limitations on disaster measurements.
Yeah.
Because, for instance, like in the movie San Andreas with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yeah, is that the one with fucking CJ and him needing to get in the goddamn car?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Anyway, one of the things that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson says in the movie is that it measured an 11 on the Richter scale.
Turn that shit up to 11.
You literally can't. You can't even hit a 10 on the Richter scale.
Nah, dude, they turned that shit up to 11.
I mean, technically the scale does go from 0 to 10, but 10 would literally mean the Earth split in half.
Yeah, well, that one goes to 11.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
And that's like what movie? There's some movie, I remember it, that they said it was an F6 tornado.
Is that Twister?
Probably. F6 can't
Twister.
exist either.
Yeah, that one goes to 6.
No, it doesn't. F5 is the limit.
No, that goes to 6, just like the other one goes to 11.
Because F5 means, because it's a measure of the amount of destruction. F5 is absolutely total devastation, where it is so strong and destructive that it is removing the top feet layers of the topsoil of the dirt. It removes the ground.
An F6 is like removing bedrock, and now there's like lava everywhere.
No, Nathan.
Yeah.
Quit it.
Because that one turns to 6.
Quit giving them ideas. There will be a movie.
Earthquakes, that one goes to 11.
There will be a movie now of an F6 tornado that it.
I want to see a movie of an 11 on the Richter scale earthquake, and it literally just splits the earth in half.
Just fucking cracks it open like
and
a
then
coconut.
Yeah, it just cracks open, and there's like this giant rift, and now people have to throw fucking hooks over across and pull it together.
No, it's in
That way we can all join as an entire planet and pull ourselves together.
This still won't happen. People will be arguing about the best way to pull ourselves together.
No, we will use our grappling hooks because they are stronger made. Well, your grappling hooks are made out of aluminum. Get out of here. It's not pronounced aluminum, it's pronounced aluminium. We'll use our grappling hooks.
No.
That's how it would go.
I'm Mr. Meeseeks! Look at me! Nathan, what did you care about in the last week?
Not that. Though that one's pretty good. So the one that you put on there was about Andre the Giant, and everyone loves Andre the Giant because, well, he's Andre the Giant. Like, you can't not love Andre the Giant, like we were saying.
He also loved his role in Princess Bride, which is what that one was about. Yep. What'd you care about?
I cared about the 31 Days of Shocktober.
What about Spooktober?
Spooktober's pretty good, but Shocktober sounds better.
What is it?
It is watching a horror movie every day for, fucking for Halloween. Or
Ain't
not
nobody got
Halloween,
time for
for
that.
October. So I have watched 6 movies, and I'm gonna watch another one today. I just don't know what one. But the ones that I've got so far in order was The Witch, which was actually really good, but I don't think it deserved as much praise as it did.
Okay.
Um, there was A Quiet Place,
Okay.
which deserved every single bit of praise, even though there's one giant gaping plot hole.
Okay.
Number 3 was The Babadook,
Okay. Fun.
which was a pretty spooky movie. I actually really enjoyed it, even though the ending was really fucking silly and weird. Number 4 was Audition, which is a 1990 film from Japan, or 1999 film from Japan, and holy fuck, does it... I'll talk about that at the end, actually, here. So number 5 was Tusk, which was a really just fucked up movie. And then last night I watched Train to Busan, which is about zombies on a train in Korea, and that shit was actually really fucking dope. Because so you know how in zombie films they're just kind of like, and they're kind of like walking around and kind of like, lagging behind and shit like that.
Yep.
Well, in Train to Busan, they do a lot more of the jerky like motions, and it feels more like Thriller, but they're all like Korean, so they oversell the shit out of it, so it looks really fucking awesome each time they're fucking running at you. There's like 30 of them running at you. Anyways, so the audition is very topical to modern times now. So the audition is about a man whose wife has died, and his friend is like, hey, we're gonna get you a new wife. And he goes, how are we going to do that? And he goes, well, I own a production company. We're going to have an audition for a phony TV show. You're going to pick a bunch of women from it. We're going to pick one woman that you like the most, and you're going to start hitting on her. And he was like, okay, cool. That sounds great. So he starts doing that, and he picks the wrong fucking one, of course, because it's a horror movie. And then by the end of it, you see some really fucked up, crazy shit. For instance, this girl throws up into a bowl, hands the bowl to her slave, and her slave starts lapping it out of the bowl. But he can't quite lap it out of the bowl because she cut his fucking tongue off. So he dives his full face headfirst into the bowl because he can't pick the bowl up because he's only got 2 fingers on one hand left. She cut off all of his fingers.
No.
And then she goes to the main guy and goes to kill him, but she needs to torture him first. So she gets him with this paralytic that makes him able to feel everything but not able to move. Then she does acupuncture incorrectly, so it's immense amounts of pain. And then she, while sitting on his chest doing the acupuncture, or on his lap, moves across his chest, knocking the needles over or down more depending on the angle. And then she starts talking to him, putting more acupuncture needles just underneath his eyes.
No.
And then takes piano wire and cuts off his right foot.
No.
And then starts on the left foot, gets about halfway through when she's interrupted.
No.
It was fucked up. But that guy kind of deserved it because he was kind of a creepo. I'm just kind of sad he didn't actually die at the end of the movie.
That's awful.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah, no.
But, I mean, yeah, he totally did deserve it. That being said, feet need to stay where feet are. Fingers need to stay where fingers are.
Please.
I hate things that show, fingers getting cut off because it feels... I can almost feel it.
All right, I'm moving on now. I cared about 2 things. One is that a leaked Harry Potter game has been revealed that is in development by Rocksteady Games.
Oh, I was hoping it was going to be Rockstar Games. Then it would have been like Bully, except for Harry Potter.
Well, Rocksteady's the people that made the Batman, Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Knight games.
Oh, dude, no, but stay with me. If you do Rockstar Games, you could play as one of the Weasleys, and your entire thing is hitting people with your sticks.
And the thing that people are immediately concerned about is if you have read or watched the Harry Potter franchise, you know that Harry Potter wins basically every single one of his encounters with nothing but the spell Expelliarmus.
It's his most used spell, but he doesn't win every single one. He definitely uses Sectum Sempra to beat Draco at some point.
Any case. However, in this leak, this is not your 8-year-old Harry Potter game. Like, the fucking dude that you're playing as, like, at one point they showcase him exploding a door and it impales a goblin in the chest with shrapnel from the door, and he, like, gets stuck up against the wall. And then this wizard is in there just, like, throwing fireballs and setting goblins on fire, and he looks up and explodes the ceiling and just crushes the ceiling down on a bunch of goblins.
Yes, actual wizards duel.
And I was like, oh God, what did you do? Like, and then you see him in another section of this like dungeon, and like this fucking goblin is being banished to the Shadow Realm.
I want to point something out to you real quick.
What's that?
Harry Potter focuses on using Expelliarmus constantly.
Yes.
Do you know which Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher taught him Expelliarmus?
Professor Quirrell?
No.
The brain wipey guy.
Professor Lockhart.
Yeah, brain wipey guy.
Professor Lockhart.
Brain wipey guy.
Taught somebody something that he uses for the rest of his life.
Yep, brain wipey guy.
God, what a shitbag. But still, he at least taught somebody something. He wasn't the best, and he wasn't the worst. Actually, he probably was the worst. No, Professor Umbridge is pretty fucking bad.
All right, I got one more.
I'm not gay.
Nathan, do you remember the story that we talked about of Redouane Faïd? The French,
I remember him.
the French crime lord that was James Bond escaped from jail with somebody hijacking a helicopter, cutting open the ceiling, dropping in smoke bombs, angle grinding, and airlifting him out.
Yep.
He's been caught.
Damn. I'm kind of upset about that.
He was arrested in northern France. Basically, he was hiding in plain sight by wearing a burqa, and the police that were on the look for him noticed that this particular individual wearing a burqa they walked more like a man, and so they used probable cause to investigate where this burqa wearing individual was, and found him and his family.
That's pretty fucking great.
Time to break him out again.
Did you know in a lot of countries it's not illegal to break out of prison?
Nice.
It is because it is human nature to want to not be there.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So I mean,
unfortunately,
I don't think France is one of those countries, but
unfortunately, Redouane Faïd has been captured.
Yeah, until the sequel.
Yeah, give him a minute.
He's got 6 months, and then somebody's trying it again.
Nathan, do you have like a dying cow in your room?
No, it's my chair. I need a new chair.
I keep on hearing this.
Yeah, that's my chair. It's very noisy, and then it stops being noisy when I'm trying to show you. But no, it's really noisy.
Okay.
And I tend to go like this, and when I do that, it makes the noise.
Sure. Nathan.
Yep.
Anything else you want to talk about, or you want to get the fuck up out of here?
Get up out of my eye holes. Let's get out of here. I'm tired.
Cool.
I need a nap before D&D.
Very well, then. Everybody, if you would please consider supporting this show, patreon.com/dailyinternet, picking up our merchandise in the link below, following and sharing us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. All of those are at iReaditCast. Finding us on Reddit, we both are at iReaditCast and have a subreddit, iReaditCast. Leave us a 5-star review on our audio-only platforms, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and anywhere else podcasts are found. Follow me on social media at Schwan Michael, Nathan at Bimmenstein. Anything you can do to help us get people to listen to the show, share us around, get us in front of more people, we would appreciate it. Our new recording time is once every Sunday live at 9 a.m. on Facebook and YouTube. Of course, the videos and audios are always available. And that's it, everybody. That is your 519th dose of the internet. I am Michael Schwan.
And I am Julie.
And please remember, everybody.
Well, I didn't vote for you.
Because you got toilet paper on your shoe. Bye.
Gross. Bye.